Okay, New York Jets fans, let's talk about something called the trade deadline. Yes, the NFL trade deadline. We got the trade winds blowing. And I think personally, myself, that the Jets need to make some trades. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think we're in a position now. We're 0-5. We got a lot of expiring contracts. We might have some players that might be appealing to some of these other teams. So I think it's about time we explore this trade market. Now, what are we talking about? We got two different reports coming up here about the trade market that may pertain to us. So let's take a look at this right now. Let's take a look, shall we? Here's one that says 49ers GM John Lynch. Conversations ongoing for defensive end trade. Now, question. Who is the defensive coordinator for your San Francisco 49ers? Well, of course, it's Robert Saleh. So maybe Robert Saleh would like to have one of his former players, perhaps Michael Clemens, perhaps Braden McGregor. One of these people. If he wants Will McDonald, that'll cost a pretty penny. So I think we have some defensive ends if teams, obviously the one we would want to trade is Michael Clemens. Does Saleh have any interest in Michael Clemens over there? Can we get a 7th round pick? Can we get a 6th round pick? Can we get a pepperoni pizza? These are questions that will be answered in due time. But John Lynch confirms he's talking to everybody. He's trying to get a defensive end for Robert Saleh. How many defensive players can they get for Robert Saleh? Answer 1 million. So I do think that lines up, but of course there's plenty of other options. We'll see what they want to do. Just because Saleh had Clemens doesn't mean that's the right fit for them. But that's a guy that maybe they want, maybe even a McGregor, less likely. But if they want to take Michael Clemens off our hands, hey, we're here to help. We're here to help. All right, what's the next report, Frankie? You may ask yourself, well, how about this report right here? Steelers to explore wide receiver trade edition? It says now, how does this tie into the Jets? Well, of course, their quarterback is Aaron Rodgers, and we have Alan Lazard, another guy on an expiring contract that really hasn't done much for us. He caught a touchdown pass that one time, but, this year. And the article even mentions that Lazard could be one of the targets. The idea is Calvin Austin injured. Roman Wilson has not panned out, at least so far. So they need another receiver to go with DK Metcalf. Unlikely they're going to trade for Brandon Ayuk. At this point, injured, and the 49ers need all the healthy people they can get. But we have a wide receiver who has good chemistry with Rodgers, good buddies. We don't need him. Wouldn't cost you a ton to get him. Again, 6th round pick, 7th round pick, we'll take it. He's not in our future plans. Whatever we can get for these people, we got to start seeing some trades. And I think, so it's even mentioned here. So I think it's possible. That's probably the more possible one. Maybe a 7th rounder, maybe a pick swap, something like that. And I think it's very possible that we start making some trades. And one of the things we got to start looking for in these next few weeks, how does AG and Muji start rebuilding the roster, restocking, and in the form of draft picks, the things we're going to need going forward. We don't need Alan Lazard. We don't need Michael Clemens. Does somebody want these people? Anybody want these people? And if so, let's make some smart trades. You're already seeing the Jaguars seem to be making some nice moves. The Browns, for example, are stocking up draft picks. Interesting moves being made by those GMs already. And we need to be in the stock up mode. Any way you slice it, we need to have more draft picks because we need to start stocking this roster, and we got to start hitting on these draft picks, especially in the middle and late rounds. You can't just hit on your early round guys. That's nice. You do need to do that, but you also need to find role players, special teams guys, people that can help your team in the middle to late rounds, especially role players. They can play a small role, but important one. Go ahead and grab them. A blocking tight end, a functional fullback, a swing tackle, uh, a special teamer like a kicker or a punter, or like next year we're going to need a kicker unless Nick Folk wants to kick until he's 45 years old, which maybe he does. In which case I'll probably go with that. But if not, then if those late round picks, perfect. Pick a kicker, pick them up. That's when they go. So that's why you need those late rounders, and you need to hit on them, and they need to make sense. You don't just take a bunch of bums, and then now your roster's stocked with bums. That's not what we're looking for. So let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. And if you like the video, why not subscribe to the channel? Just a little subscribe button down there. It doesn't take much effort. And plus, you'll have my undying devotion. Well, kind of. All right. See you next time.